The heavyweight division of boxing is being rocked by the news that Joseph Parker has popped post-provocation with Fabio Wardley. This means that Joseph Parker has tested positive for cocaine on the day of the fight. Let's talk about this and what it can possibly mean. What's good? It's Stormy B Man, and I'm back with another Stormy B Man's brief. This time, the focus is on former WBO World Heavyweight Champion Joseph Parker having failed a drugs test for his defeat at the hands of Fabio Wardley. Parker, who is 33 years of age, has tested positive by the VADA. An adverse analytical finding was found that he has tested positive for cocaine. Now, this is an interesting situation for Parker because though he lost the fight, he could be looking at a ban from the sport for his infraction. There is something called participation and out of participation, and because the drug test that came back says that he tested positive on the day of, that's probably going to fall into the lines of in participation of the sport, which a ban could be coming. There has yet to be any word from the Parker camp, but there are other underlying circumstances that look toward what's happening here with Joseph Parker, who has had a long-time relationship with Tyson Fury and been in the Fury camps. Fury is a known fighter that has had substance problems and issues, and though I'm not accusing that Parker has had the same, what I'm saying is the access of how to do things get away, as Fury has shown to have been quite privileged in his career with being able to get beyond sometimes being within the rules of the game. Now, the other aspect of this is the performance that he put on against Fabio Wardley saw Parker take a tremendous amount of punishment, even facing the prospect of possibly being stopped as early as the second round when Wardley was able to really let loose against him with an offensive barrage of shots that had him in trouble shortly before the bell ending the round. Parker, whose record now is 36-4 with 24 KOs, is said to be currently on a holiday and eager for redemption after his latest defeat. His manager Devin Higgins told The Ring post-fight that there was no expectation on his charge to return for a little while before this developing news. But this is the other thing you have to think about. Parker, who has been clamoring for a world title shot against Alexander Usyk, now should be reconsidered as far as someone who cannot necessarily represent the sport in the most positive of manner. When you talk about fighters who are at the top of the sport, his conqueror, Fabio Wardley, is even more deserving of the opportunity at a world title shot because people think that a white-collar fighter can't be driven enough to become heavyweight champion of the world. But a drug cheat, a person who's on dope, should find favor over blue-collar people who get it out of the mud? I don't think so. You see, on the day of the fight, Parker returned a positive test for cocaine. The substance isn't a PED and wouldn't help with power, stamina, or any ring performance. It's simply banned in competition, and testing positive triggers an investigation and potential punishment. However, you can be a person on that substance and it will enhance your ability to endure or even sometimes execute an adrenaline that is not normal within your system. You see, you have to read between the lines. This is not a good thing, and that substance can also be used as a masking agent. Allegedly, a lot of fighters in professional sports today are using all types of masking agents to get away with cheating and doping in the sport. And boxing is one of the #1 sports that they get away with it. Fans who have backed Parker for years thought he was one of the reliable ones, but now you can see he is just like a regular man who can be tempted by the fates that the sport will have at hand. All in all and overall, this is another blemish on the eye of the sport. I never thought too much of Parker myself because I have seen some things regarding him in the past, but this right here kind of puts the cherry on the top because, listen, how do you lie about it? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about Parker testing positive for cocaine. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.